In the last episode, we had to practice our patience. We visited Contadora Island and discussed what we eat on board Happy Days. In this episode, we finally push off and embrace the enormity of the journey ahead, but not before stretching our legs on land one last time.
This is the piece we were waiting for. That's boat life right there. A piece looks pretty average, pretty normal, pretty beige, and
cardboard, useless, but
it's quite small. Like, it looks smaller than I remember them being.
It feels right.
Okay, that's good. As our fruit ripens, we can now leave, but there's no wind.
Yeah. Well, there's wind here, but only for 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's been
difficult.
It's been difficult last. And I know that there's like perspective and all those things. We've been like positive perspective. We've been whistling that tune.
keywords.
Yeah, like we're ready to go and our mindset's there, and now the weather window's gone. We think. I'll double check it now. We've been like living and breathing weather, and this guy is to put in the bilge, not even to fix the boat right now. It's to fix a leak that we fixed about a year ago.
That started again a little bit. So everyone's been very patient. It's been difficult. It's been challenging. I bought green pawpaws a few days ago thinking, you know, it'll be alright. They'll last. And the things are starting to ripen already. So now I'm trying to create fridge space to jam in things like ripe avocado, ripe bananas, ripe pawpaw, so that we'll have fruit at least for smoothies by the end of the passage. But yes.
We're officially leaving Panama City.
We are. Engines are on. We've just done engine checks. It's go time, isn't it?
Yep.
We're going to do pancakes in church underway. About 6 hours out to
Contadora.
Las Perlas Islands, Contadora. Yeah, it's exciting. We're pumped. Hooray.
Finally, let's go! Bye-bye, Panama City! Woohoo!
Oh wow, this is kind of, it's crazy. It's like the first day of our passage, but not really. We get to go to an island and play first.
Contadora Island is in the Las Perlas archipelago and is said to have been where the Spanish stopped to count their pearls. It is now known as a tourist destination, and for us it was our last opportunity to go for a walk, grab some more diesel and ease into the crossing as the wind began to strengthen.
Here we go, we won't see land for a little while.
I know. Well, we'll see it for the rest of today at least.
True. Allah.
As far as stepping on land, this is it. Hey.
Engine off.
I know. Let's get this head sail out and rock and roll, hey?
Yeah.
This is a part of the passage where everyone's pumped because we're leaving. Everyone's up here.
It'll be like the equator, halfway, and then when we get there.
Every day. Oh, every day. Come
Every
on.
day, definitely.
We plan to cross the Pacific Ocean, some 4,000 plus nautical miles, from Panama to the Marquesas Islands in French Polynesia, bypassing the Galapagos. It's going to take us around 3 to 4 weeks at sea, by far our longest journey at sea yet. Well, we came out with a wee bit of a hiss and a roar, doing 7 knots and 9 knots of breeze earlier. And now we got 5 knots and it's backed us a wee bit. Do we bob or do we motor for a couple of hours? That is the question. Well, I think wisdom would suggest we get across this shipping lane and don't bob in the middle of that. We might fire up and go across that for 2 hours, which will get us across the shipping channel, and by that point we should have a bit more breeze. Well, we didn't have to wait long. I think the engine was on for about 40 minutes and the wind filled in, and we are
Pretty good.
halfway across the shipping channel.
Yeah.
So, almost there.
We're just coming into night one. I'm ready to do my night watch. Finn's championing some dinner. I think we're gonna have some BLT wraps and a side of potatoes. Keep it simple. Yeah, then we'll head into the first evening and hope that we continue on like this. It's lovely. We just had a land ho situation. On the chart it says it's Colombian, but you read that it was Costa Rican. Anyway, whatever the case, there's a little island out here.
Yeah.
It's a wee bit rolly, but we're still moving forward in the right direction.
I had a great sleep.
Yeah, I think everyone had a much better sleep last
I
night.
only woke up once. I didn't
good.
even have to help.
That's good.
Yay!
Yahoo!
Here is a quintessential passage breakfast. Oats, sultanas, banana, and a bit of honey. Yum. What's there to report, Chip?
She sailed all through yesterday and hopefully today. I finished my book. I had 3 books in 1 month.
Always working on a project. John's cleaning out a peanut butter jar. Balance is on watch. Speed over ground.
8.
Lovely. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'll try my best.
So, this is a first for us and for me. We are mid-ocean and I am working. Normally when we're at sea, internet doesn't allow me to work. I'm an accountant by trade and we are blessed to work with an amazing team. And so I am on email, which I'm not normally. So it's somewhat bittersweet really having Starlink. It means that from a safety perspective, it's definitely a win. And from a work perspective, I think it's a win as well in our current season and scenario. But I'm finding like things like social media, I don't know if it's a really good spend of your time mid-ocean to be on social media. It's a pretty special time, you know, being at sea, and I can't help but think that it eats away at it a wee bit. Nonetheless, I thought I'd capture the fact that I am able to do some work, send emails, keep the wheels turning and put food on the table whilst at sea. So this will become normal soon, right? But at the moment it's not. It's not normal. Easy dinner tonight, what is it?
Corn fritter tacos.
So, corn is the protein of sorts with...
Coleslaw, tomato, cheese, cucumber on a wrap.
Nice, taco style.
Yeah.
You're a champion. They look amazing.
Yes.
There you go.
They're like savory pancakes. My dreams have come true.
Yes, good man.
This is the results of Ted's hard work, everyone.
Look at that.
Look at this amazing feast.
Look at yours, Pet. Goodness me.
I was wondering where all the lettuce went. Well, obviously she needs some greens. Yep.
Amazing. Well, it's just after 1 o'clock. Shona put in a big effort. Normally we do from 9 to 12 of an evening and I come on at midnight. Well, she let me go for an extra hour and that's positive because I had one of those sleeps where I had no idea where I was. So that tells you that the conditions are pretty chilled. We're just sort of plugging along doing 4.5 with about 4 to 5 knots across the boat. And part of me goes, well, you got a long way to go, keep moving. The other part says enjoy the journey. Hopefully in the morning you get big red up and keep plugging. Or we might burn some diesel. We've got diesel on board to do so. But as we approach the doldrums, it's likely we'll need to motor through that. But time will tell. Anyway, enjoy the journey is the takeaway from tonight. We recently bought these guys Kindles And what was the challenge? Book a month.
Yeah.
How many books?
3. I've done 4 together.
2.
This is my 5th.
Second. Chong, you're on to your
Same.
second. At the moment, they're absolutely knocking it out of the park, and I've got to like distract them to get their attention. As for you, you devoured a whole book yesterday. Greedy.
Come on. I was in a 6-hour watch, so.
Yeah, it's true.
John likes to do this. He goes, oh, you're there. That's what he does. No, he goes, he's like, chomp. He's like,
There you go, eh? Anyway, they're loaded with books, so get into it.
Horses' tails. The winds are changing.
What does it mean, Shona?
We need to keep sailing, that's what it means.
Well, we've had a cracking day of sailing today.
Absolutely.
After a light start, we were doing 4 knots. And we hit double digits in the afternoon. Averaged, I reckon we probably averaged 8 knots from midday,
probably, yeah.
midday onwards. We're at 12!
Yeah, I was seeing 10s and 12s.
Yeah, so
Definitely made up
it's
for
been an amazing day of sailing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the night
Let's see
holds.
if it lasts through the
We're
night.
at 2 degrees north of the equator, so
Who
No, I just
knows?
figured out we have like 180 miles to go to the equator.
Ooh, so we'll get there sometime tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake you all up if I'm on shift.
Like a midnight feast.
I actually want a midnight swim. I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure.
the reason we've gone well today is because the wind is back to the east and it's put it on the beam a bit more. So.
It's been lovely.
Guess what, Mum? What? The reading has gone to 00 degrees. We're just waiting on the minutes.
Oh my goodness. So, we could cross the equator in the next 24 hours?
Yeah.
We will cross the equator in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Look at this guy cooking up a storm. He's just done these beauties. It's a equatorial treat. We're sailing towards the equator, which is in and of itself quite unique, considering there's not supposed to be wind. We're sails out. Got the main up as well. It's a bit difficult to see, and we're doing well. Yeah, everyone's got a massive look at that. Well done, Ted. Good cooking. I'm about to get into mine. That is our equator crossing burger dinner, which doesn't happen very often, but Ted was on the flamey barbecue earlier, nailing it.
We're about to cross the equator, but everyone else is asleep. So, it's time for me to wake them up. Alright, you pollywogs!
Alright!
Get up!
Oi!
Whee! It's time to get up and cross the equator! Let's do it.
Wait,
We're gonna cross the equator.
now?
Yeah, come on. You gotta come up to the helm. Now you just have to sit there and wait for that clock to tick over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have crossed the equator.
Hello, Southern Hemisphere. You smell good.
We are in the southern hemisphere.
Hurrah,
Our first ever crossing.
Yes.
And all you sleepy Joes
Yeah.
have gone from
wait.
pollywogs to
I
shellbacks.
feel very shellbacky.
I feel sleepy.
You want to go back to your
We're gonna
shell?
go back to your
You're going to retreat into your shell bed.
It's like, alright guys, are we done? Are we good?
It's like, yeah, I'm checking out.
One very cool thing about this particular crossing is that we've sailed across the equator.
Yeah, we've sailed across it before. We haven't sailed it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but a
we're
lot of
also-
people
we're
get
not
stuck in the
motoring.
doldrums and have to motor across.
Oh, even better.
Even better.
But we've sailed it.
We are currently doing
So
6 and a bit
good.
knots across the equator. So,
Sailing.
yeah, I mean, it's not record breaking, but
Sailing.
I know, but we are sailing.
yeah, sails up.
Morning 7.
Almost a week.
Wow. We're actually motoring this morning, which is the first morning we've been motoring since we left.
Yeah.
This morning I spotted a first fishing vessel off behind us
Yeah.
in that direction somewhere.
Excitement for the morning.
I know. Wow, when you haven't seen anything on the horizon for days,
I know, it's like,
it is quite
whoa,
exciting.
people exist.
There are other things out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sailed 5.5 days from Panama to just south of the Galapagos, which we're really stoked on because there's quite fickle winds out there, but we were blessed with quite a good weather forecast that's brought us right the way in. And last night at about 9:30, the engine went on pretty much for the first time. We had like 3 hours earlier on. We're motoring through a blue hole at the moment of no wind with the idea of linking up with the trade wind. So I think even the purest of pure would probably be burning diesel now. We've got sub.
We like to think so.
Yeah, we like to think so. We've got sub 6 knots from behind us, so that's difficult to work with.
We literally have no apparent breeze.
No apparent breeze, so it's pretty warm, pretty sticky. But school is out, work's gonna happen too. Look at this guy.
Pip's getting all set up to do Khan Academy on the iPad.
Whoop, whoop.
Chris has just woken me up to come on shift, and we've been running the starboard engine for 24 hours, would be at 9:30, so another few hours. We just went down into Finn's room and it smells a whole lot like diesel, so we're not sure what's going on there, why it would smell like diesel.
The tank is like hot to touch, aluminium fuel tank, hot to touch. That just can't be good. Alright, so let's switch engine, come back down and have a look a little bit later. It's likely that it was just that
It's a
bit on
small
top.
leak that was on top?
Which
Okay.
is from one of the, praise the Lord, like, 'cause we've got a welded aluminium tank. Like, the last thing we want is a leaking weld seam.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at least we found some on top of the tank, and I reckon I could see just one of the hose fittings with hose clamps that looked to be possibly the culprit. But still doesn't explain why the engine's so, why
the tank is so hot, yeah.
So I've just headed into the port side, and that engine has been off for, well, 20 hours, and I was like, I'll see what the temperature of that tank is like, and it is warmish. In a few hours I'll go and feel port side to kind of tell me whether or not it's normal for aluminium diesel tanks to heat up when they're on the other side of that firewall where the end from the engine. Seems a bit bizarre, but then at the same time I know that you got engine to the aft of the fuel tank, and then you've got the water heater just forward of it, so it's sort of sandwiched between two hot things, even though the water heater is insulated, you know.
Yeah.
There's a big rope that we've just pulled out, which is it's a massive rope that we'd use in the event of using our drogue. And it was sitting up against the side of the tank,
it has some diesel on it. It smells a wee bit, which is somewhat conducive to the theory of a leak on the top of the tank coming down the side of the tank and getting diesel on that road. That's what we're believing, as opposed to one of the welds or something else. So we are getting in here and cleaning it up good and proper so that we know exactly what we're dealing with.
Yep.
The aluminium fuel tank saga gets, well, it continues. We've found a weep in the wall of the tank. This guy right there is weeping diesel. So our plan is to give the area around it a light sand and then use some underwater epoxy in and around it. Seems to be the best bet at the moment. We've given it our best. I can still see it seeping at the moment, so hoping that this glass mat, wow, it's like a exhaust weld, right? That it helps. And I did the second one below. It's not leaking, but it looked like it might start. So yeah, we've spent a day in this hole. And the last thing you saw was some nice exhaust weld tape go over it. That didn't work. It would seem that with the diesel continuing to come out because the tank's so full and we have no way to empty it, that it just getting anything to adhere to the tank is very difficult. So this is where we're at. We've got a nice mound and then I'm catching it into this container. It's not a huge strip, but I just don't want it in the bilge. So very technical, but it appears to be working. But I'll check that periodically, and I actually don't think, I think at a push we might be losing it. I wouldn't have thought a litre a day, but maybe half a litre, I don't know. It's making it up.
Let's just say a litre a day.
It's a litre a day.
It's 6:30 in the morning and I'm on watch. Chris woke me up about 40 minutes ago, an hour ago, and he'd gone through one lot of squalls, and we know that we've got to go through a band of squalls before we can get to these trade winds, so I'm just kind of heading for the backside of the biggest one that I can see on my radar, and I hope that will be it. But there might be another line of them behind that one. We're not really sure. Apparently the leading edge of the squalls could have potentially 30 to 35 knots of wind, and lots of rain. But if we take the southern edge or the eastern edge of the squall, it might only be like 10 to 15 knots. So that's the plan, that's the approach. Thank you to our weather outer who gives us this advice that we wouldn't otherwise know. It's super helpful. Let's hope it rings true as we approach.
In the next episode, see how we manage our way through these storms. And how is that diesel tank fix holding up? Join us next time as we continue our Pacific crossing.
Our preferred method today is a skateboard. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we're not chasing it down the hill.
Wait a minute, there's
Like it's just one, hey?